Okie dokie. Hello, hello, hello. Or hey, y'all. So it is Monday. It is Monday, isn't it? The 12th. So it is time for the silhouette giveaway, as well as I figured we would do a Craftmas Q&A because I have gotten a lot of questions about how everything's going to go down, and I figured it would be easier to do a live Q&A. That way I could answer everybody's questions and kind of make it easier. I do have everything started as far as filming goes. I have lots of artwork done. I do have a couple of sneak peeks up on Patreon, and we do have contingency plans in place. No, Dana, you have not missed anything. But I do have contingency plans in place in case of sickness or surgery, all of that fun kind of stuff. So I'm going to say hi to people in the chat. So if you catch me looking over here, I do have the chat is over here. The camera is here. And I will kind of explain to you how everything's going and all of that, just in case you are wondering. Don't have any makeup on again. With all the health stuff, just really haven't felt like putting a whole lot of it on. So let's say hi. So hi, Carol. Hi, Karen. Hi, Deanna. Hi, Angela. Hi, Facebook user. It doesn't, if you're in the Facebook group chat, unless you give StreamYard permissions, it doesn't always say who is, well, it never says who is typing. So just so you know. But yeah, this is the first video in the Craftmas season 4. Oh, and hi, Mary. This is the first video and hi, Tina. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. And technically Tracy. Thank you, Dana. But this is the first video in the Craftmas season 4 playlist. And I am going to hopefully have this set up to do videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I haven't set exactly what time they're going to go up yet, but I'm going to try to have it at a set time. Now, if there is a specific time frame that everybody is roughly wanting to see them, let me know. If not, I'll kind of decide what time period will work best for me and my family. And the reason why I say my family is because one of the things I have decided to do is I am going to record. Hi, Sherry. I'm glad you're here. Thank you, Dana. And hi from Michigan. Again, I'm not exactly sure. There's a few Facebook users. Now, if you haven't given StreamYard permission, I'm not exactly sure who it is because it just shows up on my end as Facebook user. So I'm not sure who I'm talking to, but I'm glad you're here because I'm looking at comments from StreamYard because whenever I'm watching from different locations, I don't always know who it is. So just to kind of let you know. But one of the things I have decided to do, just in case, because I am talking with my neurologist, well, waiting for my neurologist to get back. My auntie has recommended for sure to get tonsil surgery. What is it? Tonsillectomy. And my adenoids taken out because I have necrotic tonsils. So if I do that, Jeremy and the kids are going to kind of help fill in so that way we don't get behind on videos. So I am going to do like a general intro for Craftmas, and then I'll be the one. StreamYard said deny. I'm glad you made it, Mary. Okay, so it's Gail. Well, I'm glad you're here, Gail. So whenever I go to have surgery, I may not feel like being on camera. So one of the things we're going to do is I'm going to do like a general intro, and then Jeremy and the kids are going to help do filming for the projects, and I can do voiceover work in case there's anything else that comes up, just to kind of give y'all a heads up, because, you know, there's a lot of times that I don't feel that great, but I can edit, I can do voiceover work. I may not always feel like standing there painting or putting shirts together or nailing things together or all the other different parts of the projects, but I have everything planned out. So this is going to kind of help keep everything going. But I wanted to kind of let you know what the plan was, so that way we didn't fall behind on Craftmas, because as I said, I've already bought everything for Craftmas. I have everything planned out for every day for Craftmas. I have them all organized in their own little bins. I have a lot of the artwork either done or planned out. So we are good to go. It's just I don't have everything filmed yet, because it's a lot of work to film it all. But we do have contingency plans in place. So we do have everything good to go. But I will be there to be able to explain everything and to make sure everything goes off without a hitch. I just may not be the one actually putting everything together. But if you've actually seen when we have done those kinds of videos in the past where I've explained with my kids there or explained teaching them how to do it, those have went really, really well. So we should be able to get those done. And I think that that's going to work out. But we wanted to make sure that we had something in place for it, because, you know, that's what happens. But I hope that makes sense to everybody. But I am so excited for this. I have been planning this out. I don't know if y'all realize this, but like since I missed Craftmas last year, I literally have been planning Craftmas all year. So Tracy, I will have all of the files available on Patreon like I've done in the past. So every SVG or sublimation design will be available on Patreon. I will also, like, for the people who are on the Google Drive, there will be a Craftmas Season 4 folder on Google Drive. So everything will be in that folder. And then one thing I will also do is for everything that I purchase off of Amazon, I will have a Craftmas Season 4, which is most everything. Because one of the things I've done in the past, or everything that I can purchase off of Amazon, because instead of like going to Target or going to like Dollar Tree, because not everything is readily available at Dollar Tree, I'm trying to make it so everything is easily found for everyone. So I'm trying to keep it where what I purchase is easily available to everybody, or the same thing is easily found by everyone. Because I don't buy wholesale. Like 90% of what I buy isn't bought wholesale. I buy everything for the most part from Amazon, and I'm not buying things in bulk anymore for the most part, unless it's t-shirts that I'm buying for Patreon kits or vinyl, because I go through some vinyl. So what I'm doing is I'm going to set it from like my Amazon shopping cart, or not my Amazon shopping cart, but my Amazon store. As the projects go, I'm going to add them to the Amazon store, because I don't want to confuse people and have projects that are in there or supplies that are in there until they are needed, because I don't want people to buy a bunch of stuff that they don't need. You know, we want it to be budget friendly. And like I always say too, you can also use what you got. You know, you can substitute what you can find locally and also what you have in your craft stuff. Hi, Teresa. Yes, Dana, I put well, not on hard-sided luggage because it's plastic. Because it will melt it, depending on what it's made from. But most of the time, no, I would not recommend putting it on hard-sided luggage unless it's something that is very heat resistant. But you can use, if you're using like a really good cast style vinyl, you can use a really good cast style adhesive vinyl, and if you let it set, and it will stay on there, because that's what they use. That's what we used on car wraps and stuff like that. That will last. That'll take a beating. That's what it's made for, and that will hold up really, really well. I mean, it's made to go on curves and all that kind of stuff. It's really good for that type of surface. Because the problem is, whenever you're putting HTV on luggage, a lot of airplanes and stuff like that, you got to think about that they do have some extreme temperature. And what I mean by extreme temperatures, it's not just the heat, they get cold, extremely cold. So I would recommend more of the cast adhesive to do that versus the you look for car wrap vinyl is what I would recommend, and you can find some on Amazon. If you're not, because I wouldn't recommend going and ordering. You're gonna spend out the wazoo if you unless you're ordering wholesale and you want it. But a lot of places you're not going to be able to buy a small portion, but Amazon, if you look for tech wrap, you can buy car wrap vinyl, and they got pretty colors. But car wrap vinyl actually has a lot of really fancy, pretty colors that are really, really pretty. And car wrap vinyl, that's what it is. So look for car wrap vinyl, and that's cast vinyl. So it's made to go on curves. It's very, very sticky. It's great stuff. And when you're doing stuff like that, make sure you don't make points, like super fine points. Make it where it's rounded on the edges. Let it set for at least 24 to 48 hours before you mess with it. Take and use like a heat gun or a hot hair dryer. Don't get too close to it, so you can kind of get it to where it gets into the curves and the surface of it, and squeegee it down real good. It works really, really well. That's how people wrap. And what I will tell you to do is watch. You don't have to follow everything, but watch a tutorial like on YouTube over how people wrap a car, and it'll kind of show you how to make it stick really well, and that will work. Because, I mean, that's how it's the same process. And it's pretty much the same material because it's all polycarbonate, which is plastic. But just a hint. But yeah, it's kind of funny because I've been asked about that kind of stuff lately. And, but I mean, HTV will go on hard surfaces. HTV does not go on plastic. You know, plastic is not really one of those. Oh yeah, you can use HTV over spray painted canvas. Now you do want to make sure that your spray painted canvas is completely dry, because again, spray paint, if it's not completely dry, is flammable. You know, aerosol, that is definitely something, you know, those are the types of things you got to think about. But yeah, paint is, you can put HTV over all day long. We're definitely going to be doing a lot of paint in vinyl. We're going to be doing sublimation. I've got lots of sublimation. I've got lots of painted projects. I've got lots of regular vinyl. I've got lots of HTV. I've got wood project. I've got lots of things planned out. And the thing is, I've got great gift ideas. I've got great home decor ideas. The things with all of these ideas are you can keep them for yourself, you can make them for gifts, or you can sell them. And nothing is super expensive. And that's part of it. And a lot of the ideas are things that are interchangeable, because I want like things that aren't going to take up a lot of space. Hopefully that makes sense. I like things that you can store away, because I am tired of taking up so much room. Me too, Gail. As I said before, I have this issue with storage and all of these things being so large, and I love decorating for holidays. I got to show y'all this. Look at this shirt. I got it off of Amazon, and I haven't linked it on Amazon yet, because a lot of these things like that you purchase, you never know if they're going to be run large, run small. But look how cute this Halloween shirt is. I love the holidays. This one, it runs pretty true to size. Isn't that cute? And it's polyester. The neck is a little odd. Like, as you can see, it doesn't like lay perfectly in the neck. Craftmas is going to start on September the 15th. So it's going to start September the 15th. As I said, I haven't decided on exactly what time of day it's going to go up. So September the 15th, we're going to shoot for 3 videos a week. Going to try for Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Don't quote me on that one for sure. I love this though. This is dye sub though. I had to show y'all that though, because I really, really like this. But I was worried it was going to be too small, but it's not. I'll try to remember to link it, because it wasn't expensive. It was like $15. But yes, September the 15th. And again, everything will be linked in the playlist. So I have a playlist for Craftmas Season 1, Craftmas Season 2, Craftmas Season 3, and now this one will be Craftmas Season 4. So it's going to be so much fun. As I said, we will have the Amazon store, which will have all of the products that I order from there. I will tell you what vinyl colors that I use. But again, vinyl is going to be specialty materials. I order all of my vinyl directly from them. As I said before, I buy wholesale from them. It just makes it easier for me. You can use whatever vinyl brand you want to. All of my adhesive is theirs now too, because I order everything from them. I mean, for me, it's just easier instead of ordering from like 10 different places. And it saves me money instead of having to order, like, pay for shipping. So, there's that. Aren't they the best? And plus, I just absolutely love them. So, that will kind of save the headache of that. So, every piece of vinyl is going to be specialty materials. But yeah, I always, the vinyl's always specialty. I mean, that's just one thing. I'll tell you all, like I always say what kind it is and all that, but the specialty is always the vinyl. In case I ever forget to say it. But yeah, I always try to make sure people know that because they're my favorite. But I will always but there will be a lot of wood that is leftovers from different projects we've had around the house, like leftover 2x4s or 1x4s or whatever we've had. So that's just kind of to tell you in advance. Because we have a lot of that stuff. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but my husband won't get rid of it, which is a good thing. We don't get rid of that kind of stuff. So those kinds of things I can't really link. So I don't know if y'all have that kind of stuff laying around. Well, exactly. And then I also have a lot of things from Craftmas in the past. So I'm one, and y'all know this, that I have things that I ordered one. No, I've never been one to order one. So I have multiples of things. So I have lots of like wooden rounds that I had a 10 of. Dana, the main thing for my health update is which look, there's a train coming. I'll explain kind of the health stuff more towards after I explain more about kind of where the project pieces are coming from. But more of the train conductors. But, well, thank you. I don't feel that great today. I've had a lot of issues with my eyes still. But we're working on lots of things, but we'll get there. We're getting there. I have lots of testing coming back and lots of things we're going through, but I'm getting there. I mean, I'm still in a good mood. My brain's clear. My sinuses are somewhat clear today. My throat hurts, but we'll be okay. We'll be good. And I have a headache today, but I'll be good. But so I have lots of things like that, but I always will try to make sure I tell you sizes of things. And if I forget, you can always ask me in the comments. Now, if it's a bad health day, I may forget to respond, but email me, message me, because sometimes I forget to go back through comments. But if you email me or message me, it may take me a few days, but I always get back to people. Now, sometimes they do end up in like the junk place and I don't always see those, but I always try to make sure to get back to people. Always. So I never try to ignore anybody. It may take me a little bit, but I always try to get back because I know how it is. And it's very important to me to I try to let you know like what paint I'm using, what kind, because I mean, like I have every kind of paint under the sun. And to me, that's kind of what makes this fun, what like with Craftmas, is to be able to expand your products. But if you don't have a product, don't worry. Use what you got. You don't have to go spend a bunch of money to do this. I go buy new things because it's Craftsmas for me is one of the reasons, like it gives me an excuse to be like, ooh, I've been wanting to try this technique. So I'm going to go buy this to do this. Because it's like, Jeremy's like, well, do you really need to go buy new paint? Well, yeah, it's for Craftmas. So for me, it's an excuse. But, you know, you don't have to do that. You can use what you got. But I use it as my excuse. But I mean, I love doing this. I mean, it gives me something to do. And if you've been on like Patreon or anything like that, you know, my artwork is getting quite a bit more intricate. Like I have been like making little characters and things like that. Part of the reason behind it is like when I'm waiting for the doctor, like my iPad and my Apple Pencil, I have been drawing like when I'm waiting. So that's kind of what I do now. I get, because it gives me something to do. I spend so much time doing it. I get to enjoy being creative more. So it really helps. And then I can transfer it to my computer and add more to it. Oh yeah, Janice, I definitely know that, but like I like to buy, because I'm not that good with the paintbrush because I'm partially blind anyway. So I really like to buy things like that I can get in markers form. So it really helps. And then I also like to get really special ones. Like these, like the, that's the wrong one. But like the, I don't know if you can see that. This is the, I'm going to focus. Are you going to focus? I have paints everywhere. This is like one of the multi-chrome paints. Just wanting to focus on my face. But like I like to have stuff like that. I have like an obsession with having lots of colors, paints and markers and pens and shiny pretty things. But again, that's why I say don't be like me. I just like to have shiny pretty things. When it comes to that, it makes me happy. But I also like, as I said, I like those. I like to have the special paints, and I don't always like, I'll buy like the entire set of them, and I don't think I've opened all of them yet. I will though. It will get there. It's like I want to have them there in case I want that one color. It's bad. It's very, very bad. But as I said, I've been really enjoying like creating more. It gives me an outlet. It gives me something to do. And it also gives me a way to keep my mind busy. And the more I do it, the more projects I come up with. And then it's like, do I have time to do all these? No, but finger paint. I should try that. I just can't get the fine little detail. I'll tell you this, if anybody uses an Apple Pencil, because to do like my Luna thing, I actually have to use a real Apple pencil. Like I have an off-brand one for when I don't use it. Like this is the off-brand pencil. But if you have, well, and you can use it with like off-brand pencils, like they make it where you can get like these tiny little tips. Are you going to focus? Probably not. Where you can get the tiny little tips to make it easier to draw. I need to change lenses, but they make these tiny little tips to make it easier to draw. It makes it really nice. Are you going to focus on anything small today? It just wants to focus on my face. And I really enjoy it because before that, it was so difficult. But I do. Like I use it all the time. I can't do needlepoint, but I can do, is it needlepoint? Embroidery. Like I can actually do a little bit of embroidery, like old school embroidery, hand embroidery. Or I could, but now I don't think I could. I don't think I could thread a needle. But I need to try that again. But it's not something I want to sit there and do like a tutorial over. But I do. But like I do love doing all of that. But quick health update. I'll inform y'all for anybody who wants to know, and then we'll kind of get into well, not kind of. Then I will tell you the winner of the Janice. I love my tablet. It is awesome. I gave Kate my Wacom one because my Wacom worked great, but the my Apple is because I can bring it everywhere and then just transfer it over. It's great. And I like to be able to use the Affinity Designer, and Affinity Designer is very inexpensive. It's really, really good. If y'all haven't tried Affinity Design, well, if you're using a tablet, it's really, really. Try Affinity Designer for the Apple iPad. It's only $20. If you're looking for a vector program, it's worth trying. So, might want to look into it. But, health update. So, still looking into the eye situation, having some infections. I have to get my tonsils out. My sinus issue, the worst ones are back here behind my nose. They are, but everything else isn't bad enough where they want to do all of the surgery again yet. They want to wait a little bit longer, but they do want to get the tonsils out because they are necrotic. But I need to find out from my neurologist if it's okay to do surgery yet, because epilepsy, and we want to make sure my epilepsy is under control well enough, because epilepsy and anesthesia with all the medication isn't always, or at least this is what my ENT said, doesn't always like to go very well. But I have to get a VNG, a video on stenography is what it's called, to check the inner bones in my ears for like the balance and dizzy spells that I'm still having. First anyway, if that makes sense. And then I'm on the 20th, I'm doing that. And then I got to get my allergy testing redone because I had my allergy test done again. When was it? Around the time I had my last sinus surgery, and they were like, oh, your allergies are so much better. Well, come to find out, they did it wrong the last time, because they didn't tell me not to, like, that I wasn't supposed to be on my allergy medicine. So that's why things were better. So I have to go in and do the blood draw version of the allergy testing, because since I'm on beta blockers, they can't just do the skin prick. So that's all getting done on the 20th. Did genetic testing Thursday. That's going to take 4 to 6 weeks, maybe sooner. So I have another appointment with that on the October 27th. So hopefully I will find out answers for a lot of things then. And then tomorrow I have, hi V, I'm glad you're here. And then I have an appointment tomorrow with my endocrinologist and with my eye doctor tomorrow. So find out what's going on with the nodule and with my eyes, because I've been having a lot more issues with the eyes. They've been going worse. And then, so that's the health update. That's where we're at. So, is that all the appointments I have, or 2 tomorrow? It's my Invisalign. Rebecca, I've had it for, when I got it back in January. Yep. I had signed up for it, so I was like, oh, everything's going to go well if we're going to do it, because I had braces and then my teeth started moving again. And yeah, got them back, and then everything went bad, and yeah. Hi, Laura, I'm glad you're here. So, yeah. It's braces. It's clear braces. Because I have issues with my teeth. Yeah, I have issues. It's another thing I have issues with. With my teeth, because they're so close together. They're not always the easiest to wear. But my teeth are so close together that I couldn't get in between them to floss and stuff like that. And I have such a tiny mouth. Like, as you can see, I don't have a whole lot of space. I needed to be able to get some space so I could floss and stuff like that. So, and then it was supposed to be able to help with headaches and all that kind of stuff again. But yeah, to give them some room. But yeah, I'm only supposed to wear them for, how long was it? 14. So 28, was it 14? 28 weeks? But yeah, with all it's said and done, it's going to be a lot longer because of all of the other issues that I'm having now. Because of the sinuses doing the tooth thing, and yeah, all of the stuff. Dana, I am hoping so too, but who knows what's all going to happen. And I mean, this stuff is, I mean, it is what it is. And with the ear stuff is, once the V&G stuff is done, if there's nothing wrong with like the bones and stuff, I'll get tubes in my ears. It's like I told Jeremy, I said, I feel like a little kid again, because like I have to get tonsils out and then I might have to get tubes in my ears and all that kind of stuff. Like, what am I, 5? These are things like little kids have to do. But hey, if it helps, it helps. I mean, and the thing with it is, thank you, Dana. The thing with it is like, the less ways that I can get infections, the better, you know. And the less ways that I can get sick, the better. Because I'm allergic to penicillin. So that already limits me on what kind of antibiotics and stuff I can take. And it's already not good for you to take a lot of antibiotics, because the more antibiotics you take, you can build an antibiotic resistance, and you know, so we want to limit those types of things, yada yada yada. So I'm just tired. Well, so I have fibro, which they consider autoimmune. I have immunodeficiencies. Exactly what, other than fibro, they're not exactly sure. That's part of the thing, is it's like I go to a doctor and they're like, oh, it could be this. And it's like, oh, it could be this. It's like every doctor tells me, I get a new diagnosis. I've got this on top of this on top of this. So it's like, I don't want to go to a new doctor anymore. I mean, I want to find out what's going on. It's just like, I don't want to go to a doctor and I don't want to get on any more medicine. Well, I mean, a diagnose, like, it doesn't seem to be hard to get a diagnosis. I got plenty of those. It's not hard to get medication either. Well, I'm waiting on my genetic results as well. Yeah. Well, I'm not, I don't know. I'm not worried about the genetic results for myself. I'm worried about the genetic results for like my kids. Because it's like, by now, it's like, if they tell me something's like, you're not going to surprise me. It's like I told Jeremy, I'm like, are you going to tell me something else? Okay. At this point, it's like, really? And like, when I went to the geneticist, it's like, well, this part of it's pretty accurate. This part, we just got to double check. Like, yay. So there's that. So that makes me excited. But I don't know. So I have a pretty good idea of a lot of things. But we'll talk about all on another day. But I understand what you're going through, Angela. But I mean, all that, I mean, at this point, you know, you kind of get used to hearing stuff, and it's like, it is what it is. I mean, does it scare me? Really, it doesn't. I mean, you got to leave it up to God. You know, he's not going, I mean, yeah, he'll give you more than what you can handle, so you learn to lean on him. But you got to deal with things in a positive attitude. You know, things are going to be tough. Things are going to get hard. Yes. But what are you going to do? You just got to deal. It is what it is. That's my thought process on it. I am when it comes to all this kind of stuff, as far as my health things go, as long as I can think, well, I mean, to me, there's an action plan really isn't an action plan because things come up, things change on a daily basis. Some days you feel good, some days you feel bad. You know, it's like I can think, okay, I can focus, okay. I thought that was going to be the end all be all. That's great. But, you know, these past few days, I am like exhausted beyond measure. And it's like, oh, something is wrong. I can't do it all anymore. I have to rely on God. I have to rely on others. I think that's the lesson I have to deal with. Exactly, Angela. That's the part of this that I think is good. And that's part of, why I share this like on my platform is knowing that, people don't want to hear it. They don't have to listen to it, but, sharing everything. Exactly, Gail. You got to be positive about it. I was negative when my brain didn't work. And I don't think people realize that, like, how hard that was for me. Like, not being able to think clearly. I mean, that was really, really difficult. But y'all all saw it from a firsthand perspective. Because, I mean, I'm here and I'm not going to not. I mean, what am I going to hide away? No. But I'm good now. And I'm happy, And no matter what happens on this journey, y'all are going to see it firsthand. And I will craft if I can craft. If not, I will talk. And y'all can watch if y'all want to, or y'all don't have to. I'll make art in whatever way I can, because this is how I share. Well, Dana, I appreciate y'all being concerned for me and my family. And Angela, trust me, I know. I have kids. I have my boys and my daughter and my husband. I have my dogs. And you want to know, honestly, death isn't something like I'm not scared of it. I mean, that might sound weird. I'm really not. I don't know if that sounds strange to people. Maybe it's because of everything I've been through. It's not something I'm worried about. My kids have a good head on their shoulders. They know that they loved. Even if I'm not ready to go, I'm not scared of it. And I've had a hard life, but I've had a good life, especially now. And I know I've left a good mark. I've left a positive mark. So that's not something that I worry about. And I don't know if that sounds weird to anybody, but it's just not, that's just not something that I don't know. I don't know if that sounds weird to anybody, but it's just like, I don't know. I've always looked at life that way. That's one of those things that I've never really worried about. I'm not scared of it. I've never worried about it in that way. Because you can't be scared of it. You can't sit there and panic and deal with it. I guess I've lost so many people and then had so much that it's like, I don't know. And I've also, but yeah, so that's not something I worry about. I know Jeremy's got it with the kids and all that kind of stuff. So, but I'll keep going no matter what. I mean, because again, nobody knows what's going to happen from day to day. It can be a surprise for anybody. So you try to do your best every day. But I'm going to do whatever I can to be as positive as I can for as long as I can. And that's always been my goal. But, I have no regrets for the way that I've lived my life. And I think that that's the most important thing. In life. So that's how I am. And I'm happy. But yeah. Hopefully I get to take another vacation before anything happens. That would be a good thing. That would make me happy. That would be a good thing. That would definitely be a good thing. Maybe get to go to the beach. I think that would be good. But other than that, you hear those rotten dogs? I have them closed out of here because they're rotten. They have been rotten. Oh yeah, I want to go to Disney again. That's definitely in my cards. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Hopefully sooner rather than later. I haven't gone on vacation in so long. Yes. Mama needs a vacation. Mama hasn't been on vacation. The last vacation I went on was like 2019. I mean, literally, I think the only times I leave this house are to go to the doctor. Like when we went to the geneticist, Jeremy drugged me. Like we went to, they have a micro center, I think is what it's called. It's like a computer store. Jeremy wanted to go there. It's like Disneyland for those who are computer inclined. It was his favorite thing. I was like, oh my goodness. Not my thing. Ooh, I need to go to the Villains area. The Texas State Fair. I haven't been to we go to the Southeast Texas State Fair. Well, I haven't gone any like fairs or anything like that because, too many people. I try to avoid where there's at least, well, now it's not so bad. I think I can get out and do a little bit more now, but I need to go to Daytona Beach. Haven't been anywhere in a long time. Well, I don't know if anybody's done Texas Art Supply. If anybody is from Texas and been Texas Art Supply, is awesome. Texas Art Supply is amazing. Cruises, I don't do boats. I don't do boats. I don't do airplanes. They mess with my equilibrium. It's not that I'm scared of planes. It's not that I'm scared of boats. I don't like I don't like being next to people like that. I have to think about being stuck next to people, like planes especially. Not really on a boat, but like when you're on a plane and you're stuck to people like this. And the way that planes sit where they're like, you can't really lean back enough. I can't do more than like a 2-hour flight. So we drive everywhere. So I can't go on like super long plane trips. This is part of the reason why you don't ever see us go like really far off places. This is why like Disney is like our place, because it's like I can see the world without seeing the world. But yeah, there's like a thing for me. But it's also like something to do with like the pressure. I don't know if this sounds weird to anybody, but like I feel sick on a plane. But I also get that way in aquariums. Does anybody else feel sick like when they're in like an aquarium, like with the way that the glass and stuff? I don't know. I should make a list of all the places to see in Texas. Texas has some really cool places. It actually really does. But yeah, cruises. But yeah, I've done little excursions on bigger boats. Not a big O boat. But like I've been on like the Battleship Texas and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, no. I don't think I could do like a full on big boat. So, and maybe when I go do this VNG test, maybe it has something to do with my ears. Who would know? And then maybe I can do a cruiser plane. Maybe we're fixing to find out some stuff. Oh. You need to go to Disney at least once in your life. Disney is wildly overpriced, but I will spend it every single time. There's something about going to Disney that makes me feel like a kid. I mean, as you can tell, I love everything Disney. I love everything Disney. Then we got my Golden Girls, and then we got RuPaul's Drag Race. And if they had like Dolly Parton Little People, she would be back there too, because I have an obsession with Dolly Parton. Love Dolly Parton. Love Cher. Like, these are things people probably didn't know. Like, if they had like the horror movie icons and Little People, I would have them too. Like Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees. Again, I'm a big conundrum. I'm a weirdo. But, you know, Mary, the next Disney trip, we can like make it like a big girls trip. We should make it like a big. I need to, Jenny's. I do. I definitely do. But let's go ahead and do the silhouette drawing. Or I did the drawing. I'll do then announce the winner. My ears are bothering me. I don't know if y'all can tell. They get liquidy. And so I have to like, from the maxillary, I forget how you say that, sinuses. So the winner for the silhouette portrait 3. Now don't worry. And I will be doing, just in case y'all are wondering, I will be doing extra giveaways for Craftmas. I love doing giveaways. We still do the scrap boxes every month. I love doing them. So Yes, we need girl trips. I love girl trips. I love doing trips. I just haven't done them in so long. I don't even know what a trip is. I just got super duper cold. I do that all the time. So cold. So, the winner of the silhouette is Bobby Flynn. So, Bobby, I think you're one of the ones who commented and then emailed me, if I remember correctly. So, Bobby, I'll have to double check. You are the winner. I will make sure. I will email you to get your address and get that shipped out. And I hope that you enjoy. You're going to love it. Gives you a chance to play. I'm so excited for you. I hope you love it. And congratulations. I'm excited for you. But yeah. And I'm going to start doing, and just so y'all know, for the Patreon kids, I'm going to start doing this closer to the end of the month videos for those, because I think that's going to go better for the Patreon kids. Yes, my palette collection is in the hallway. I have actually hardly put on makeup, but I mean, like, I still love doing makeup, like playing with my makeup, but I have hardly put on makeup at all in the past couple of months. I just haven't felt good enough to do it, Laura. As much as I love it, it's just one of those things. It's just like, it's a step that I just don't feel well enough a lot of days to do. I don't know if that makes sense to people. There's a lot of steps that I don't feel like doing a lot of days. But yeah. Hopefully that does get taken care of. That's one of those things, though. Those are the things that I hope change. Like, I don't mind having things, like a list of things that are like wrong. It's just, I hope that it's like I have more good days than bad, because like I miss being able to do those things. It's just, it's like I walk past and I'm like, I want to do it, but I just don't feel like doing it. So that's what I want to do. But I'm going to end it there so I can finish working on some artwork for a tutorial for tomorrow, because I'm going to do if I can finish it, I want to do a tutorial that is going to be for sublimation and for vinyl. If not, it'll go up the next day. We shall see. We shall see. But my sublimation printer heard me talking about it, so it decided to talk back. Did y'all hear it? She's like, come on, I want you to use me. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. And I will do the Patreon Corel tutorial soon, because it also depends on how long doctor's appointments take tomorrow. But I love you guys, and I will see y'all later. Bye.